There's a little bit of a trick to it. You got to get it far enough away that the horse stretches his leg. And what happens, if you don't get it far enough away, he's going to want to slide forward on it, and that can be an accident. And you'll figure it out once you do them a few times. Ideally, you see there, and then I can kind of get my knee there and kind of control what's going on there. Okay, this here is flared out. You really don't want it flaring out. But if a horse has really gotten too long, you're not going to be able to take all that out at one time. Make sure you don't hit this area up here, up in this coronary band. You don't want to do that because you can make the horse go lame again. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to get as much as that flare out of there, because where it's not dished, as I can. Now, I usually like to kind of like blunt the front of my horse's hooves off, front and back, just where they can break over quicker. I don't usually try to make it perfectly round. There again, keep in mind what's going on back here. You do not want to hit that coronet band. And you don't want to get the sawing on there and make it hot on the horse either. So if you just start going like that and sawing on him, they get hot. And he's gonna throw a little protest about that. So kind of take your time. Look around there, look on both sides, the front, see what shape you got going on. And if it seems like if it does that chatter when you're going one way, well, just change the direction you're filing. That way you can get that chatter out of there. Now, there's still a little bit of a crack. I'm not going to be able to get it all out. I could come back in a couple of weeks and trim that back some more. It could probably take 3 trimmings to totally get that crack out of there. But like I say, in his case, he's always got them. But he's never been lame. Now that's pretty good on that one. Now you can actually measure. Now you'll see there's a lot more toe than there is heel. You can see that. So what you're looking at is the angle of his pastern right here. And you're hoping to get that, that's what you're working towards. Getting this angle of this hoof when he sets it down on level ground, which this is not. But you'd want the angle of that hoof to match his pastern. Now if he was on level ground, that would probably be pretty close. And then on the other hoof there, you can see that one's almost looking like some Arab desert shoe or something. Where it's starting to curl up. So you can see he's got way too much toe on that hoof over that we haven't started trimming. And if they've been off a little while, you can, like I say, do it like this here. In a few weeks, come back and trim it, take some more of that toe off, and gradually get him back in the position where he needs to be as far as the pastern matching the angle where you got your hooves back to where they need to be. But don't really try to do it all in the first trimming here, because it just isn't going to happen. But if you keep them trimmed every 6 weeks, they don't get in that condition. So shame on me, eh? All right, so I got to do the same thing on that hoof, and I would do the same thing on the rear hoofs. There again, don't try to take off too much at one time. Take your time with it. That way you won't bloody up and lame your horse. And with practice, you'll get better and better. And it's always good to know, because if you're out on the trail somewhere and something happens, you lose a shoe, you're going to need to pull all those shoes or put one shoe back on, whichever. And if you need to pull the shoes, well, you can do whatever tweaking with a rasp. You can go ahead and make it home with your horse. Hope that helped you out, and stay tuned for future updates on other projects I'm working on. All right, later.